Hello Linger fans, today we're reading chapters 7 through 9 of this little baby. So chapter 7 is from Sam's point of view. So he's just chilling in the cafe waiting for, Isabel and Grace to come back from their little adventure in the woods and touching wolves and things. And Grace is all, hey! With her disgusting gross gloves that she's touched a dead wolf with. And Sam's all, whoa, put those away. You smell like dead something. Oh yeah, he says that she smells like a wolf and not in a good way. So I'm pretty glad that Sam agrees with Isabel that, the gloves stink and she needs to just throw them away. Like, honestly, I don't know why she still has those. Moving on. I really like Sam's fascination with the paper cranes, even though he says, even if I make 1,000, I don't have anything to wish on or wish for. I have everything I need. It's still like this really neat idea that, something awesome could happen with this, or I don't know. I just like paper cranes. So they begin discussing who the wolf may be. They narrow it down saying, hey, it's not Beck, it's not Ulrich. Who could it be? They still don't know. And then we enter Awkward Town. Olivia's brother John walks in and he knows absolutely nothing about the wolves, knows nothing that his sister has changed into a wolf. He thinks that she's just gone off with some friends off somewhere in the same state, but off somewhere, maybe like Duluth or something. And they're like, should we tell him? Should we not? Should we invite him over here? And Grace, so she invites him over and she's like, hey, have you heard anything from Olivia? Lies, 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 lies. Also, is it really weird that I enjoyed John's bit about his sister's email, saying, hey, I don't think that it's fair that she just left and didn't say anything to anybody, that she just poofed. And now she's like, well, I'll be home soon. And that's not a really good promise, being that the new wolves keep shifting back and forth. I just thought it was very truthful and very transparent of him to do that. And then we find out that it was Grace who sent that email. Grace is wise, generally. I just love that line because Sam's just like, I don't want to piss off my girlfriend, but that wasn't the smartest thing in the world. Which is yet another thing in this chapter that Sam and Isabel can agree on. I just feel like Sam and Isabel are becoming good friends and kind of bonding over the weird, crazy stuff that Grace does. And they're like, why are you wearing those gross gloves? And now, why are you sending an email to this kid's brother? And I can't wait till they somehow combine forces to do something awesome. I just feel like there's something happening, Not like they're gonna have some romantic relationship, I don't think that, but it's just like, they're gonna, put their heads together and actually do something awesome. I feel like. I haven't read past chapter 9 yet, but yeah. Do you think that? Because I feel like it's just something that, I don't know exactly what will happen, but I just feel like something is going to go boom, crazy, and Sam and Isabel will just have to combine forces like this, like Adventure Time. The song for chapter 7 is Little Lion Man by Mumford & Sons. On to chapter 8, which is also from Sam's perspective. So Sam goes and buries the wolf. By the way, do you say buried or buried? Because I always just say buried just because of the way it's spelled, but who knows. So, Minnesota's cold. Did you know it's cold? It's just really, really cold. I just feel like Sam went above and beyond to make the point that it is very cold and he is still human and he's still very shocked that he's still human while it's still really cold outside. And the fact that he's still getting used to all of that. And then Sam goes back to the bookstore and I like the scene when he's just outside and he's just kind of taking in the atmosphere and taking in just the joy and just everything. He's being actually thankful and I guess just letting himself be human. And not necessarily taking advantage of it in a bad way, but just being oh my gosh, I'm human and this is so amazing. This is so great. I have so much stuff going on for me and I can do so much with my future. And I just feel like that part is just so poetic and just so well put together and just well said that, he is human and he's just got so much. So he goes to Beck's house to find this new wolf in human form. So he gives them some tips of, what to do when you're shifting back and forth, go find the shed, find clothes, look here or here. And it was just really nice of him just to kind of like look out for somebody even though he's not a part of the pack anymore, really. And then we see Beck again, which is so cool. I just like Beck. I just like his character a little bit even. The song for chapter 8 is Vanilla Twilight by Owl City, just because, I don't know, in the video they're just kind of like staring at this thing off in the sky, and he's just kind of like thinking about, how awesome it is to be human at this time of the year. And I don't know if there are any other songs by Owl City that involve snow. Chapter 9 is from Isabel's perspective, and she discusses her status at Mercy Falls High. She's talking about what it takes to be popular compared to what it took when she lived, I guess she lived in like San Diego or something. Because it seems like at Mercy Falls, all she has to do is show up and she's popular. And then she goes home and her parents are arguing about her in front of her, which is pretty uncomfortable if you ask me. And then her dad asks if she hangs out with Grace. And she says yes, and he's like, well, she feeds wolves, and they're coming closer to, civilization, and I'm gonna go thin out the herd. And if you remember chapter 6, it was actually Isabel who feeds the wolves compared to Grace. Because Grace is like, I like wolves, but I'm not going to go feed them unless it's my wolf, and my wolf is a human now, so too bad. Also, does her dad have nothing better to do in his spare time other than shoot at wolves? Because the wolves aren't doing anything to really hurt humans. I know in Shiver they talked about how they only turn wolves who actually want to be wolves. And yeah, there are people who accidentally get bitten, or a wolf just kind of gets out of control, but for the most part, the moral wolves, they're just like, hey, we'll only turn people who actually want to be that. So really, does her dad have anything to worry about? Not really, not at all. So do you think that she should stop feeding the wolves? Do you think that it's okay for her dad to go shoot the wolves? Do you think her dad should take up fishing? The song for chapter 9 is Chain Me Free by the Matches. I know she was probably listening to something a lot more metal and harder than the Matches, but I feel like the song kind of relates with her relationship with her parents right now. And so, yeah. So I hope you guys don't touch dead wolves, and that you take advantage of being human on this awesome day in March. And have a great day and keep reading Linger.